This internet famous cosplayer and cam girl turned into a cold-blooded killer. Growing up, Melissa Turner suffered abuse at the hands of a family member. She was also the target for constant bullying at school, which made her feel very, very insecure. But in college, Melissa actually started gaining more confidence, and she started a health and fitness journey where she lost over 100 pounds. And this is actually how Melissa started gaining followers and started this online presence documenting her weight loss journey. She also started posting her cosplay under the name Two Thorned Rose, gaining even more followers. But over time, some of Melissa's followers started requesting more explicit, risque content from her, which is how she really got into the S-work, adult entertainment, cam girl, OF industry. And her boyfriend at the time would also join her in filming this adult content. She honestly had a lot of fans. She started getting invited to a lot of events and even went on tour. And Melissa was making a lot of money. But it was never enough for her. This world became her entire life. It was like an addiction for her. She wanted more fans, more fame, more money. Melissa really changed, and it was for these reasons and more that Melissa's boyfriend actually broke up with her. And this was really sad for Melissa, but she was not heartbroken for long. Very quickly, Melissa met and started dating a new guy, Matthew Tressler. Matthew was definitely known as like this really sweet guy. He made every single room better. He was really close with his friends and with his family. He moved to Florida in 2017 for a fresh new start, where he met Melissa when he was 23 and she was 24 years old. And the second they met, there was this instant spark, and he fell for her really hard, really fast. And reportedly, Matthew did not mind what Melissa did for a living, and at some point even began joining in her adult content. And together they made a lot of money. This was how both of them were making an income. They didn't have like a second job. The adult content, that was how they were making all of this money. And by 2019, they were together for 2 years. They were engaged. They had 4 cats, a new puppy, and just bought this like beautiful 4-bedroom home. So from the outside, life seemed really, really good. And it was for a little bit, but in reality, they were actually fighting all of the time. They were also drinking a lot at this point, which more than likely had something to do with the fighting. There was also the fact that Matthew's family did not like Melissa at all. They thought that she was controlling, manipulative, and mean. At this point, Matthew's family actually did not know what Matthew and Melissa did for a living. But after what happened in this case and they found out about the adult content, Matthew's family truly do not believe that he was ever a willing participant in the adult content, and it was more something like he was being manipulated or forced into participating by Melissa. October 17th, 2019, Melissa claims started off like any other day, but by the evening, her and Matthew were drinking like pretty heavily. Melissa claims that she went to bed by 11 p.m. and was in bed until she woke up at 9 a.m. and she found her fiance Matthew dead in their backyard. 25-year-old Matthew Tressler had been stabbed to death. Melissa was brought into questioning, but she was not much help because she said she was asleep the entire time, that she had no clue what happened to her fiance. Melissa and Matthew had security cameras in their home. The cameras did not record audio, but around 4 a.m. it captured Melissa following Matthew around, looking really, really upset, which did line up with her story that she was asleep from 11 p.m. to 9 a.m. So to try and find more evidence to piece together the events of this night, the investigators actually uncovered the neighbor's security footage, which did record audio. And between 4 and 5 a.m., you can hear Melissa and Matthew fighting, and it's a big fight. They're fighting inside their own home and from their neighbor's home. The camera is picking up them screaming, things smashing, glass breaking. At one point in the footage, you can hear Melissa scream at Matthew to go effing die. Not long after that, Matthew's smartwatch actually stopped detecting his heartbeat. Immediately after that, you can hear Melissa screaming, "What did I do? What did I do?" And on her security cameras, you can see blood on her hands. She had stabbed her fiance Matthew multiple times, killing him, and she did not call 911 for 4 hours. When Melissa was confronted with this evidence, she changed her story twice. The first time, she just kept playing dumb. The second time, she actually claimed that Matthew attacked her and she killed him in self-defense. She was arrested for murder, and she was actually offered a plea deal where if she pled guilty, she would receive only 25 years in prison, but she refused. So she went to trial in 2022, still maintaining her innocence and claiming self-defense. But she was found guilty of second-degree murder, and she was sentenced to 20 years in prison, 5 years less than what her plea deal would have been. Literally, how does that even make any sense? She will be released from prison one day. She'll be released when she's 47 years old. She has continued to maintain her innocence and has never publicly shown any remorse or regret for killing her fiance, Matthew. And sadly, we'll probably never know all the answers to this case and why Melissa did what she did. I'm really interested to hear all of your thoughts, so let me know all of your thoughts, theories, and opinions in the comments. And while you're there, please let me know what case you want to see me cover next. Thank you to everyone that suggested that I cover this case, and I will see you guys all next time on my next video. Please be a good person to your fellow person.